ForReel Sundance coverage is made possible by Alpine Distilling. Visit their lounge and try their award-winning spirits, including their Triple Oak Whiskey, at 364 Main Street in Park City. And Fifth Leg Table Reads, an online resource giving extra support to writers and actors of all levels through virtual table reads, founded by award-winning filmmaker Noah Salzman. Learn more at fifthleg.com. Guys, I cannot believe it's already almost time for Sundance. Like, how wild.
I'm not ready. I'm sorry. I'm not ready at all. Not even close.
Oh, man. It's funny. So, Derrick, we were just recording a little bit earlier about January movies, and I was talking about how difficult it is for me to get to mainstream releases when I'm spending all of my brain power trying to plan out Sundance and schedules and online and screeners and requests and everything like that.
Yeah, no, it's really hard to balance it all out. And I haven't really even been that aggressive in planning and kind of going after screen. I mean, obviously I've sent my emails and those types of things. But yeah, I haven't really like aggressively gone after a lot of these. And even still, I just don't have the brain power capacity to like dole out new release reviews and really focus on them in the way that I want to. So it's been hard, man. It's been really hard. Like even today, like I still have a capsule review I have to write of like 3 or 4 movies that all come out this month or have already released this month, and I can't get to it at all because I'm just so caught up in Sundance. So yeah, festival brain. It's here. It's alive.
Yeah.
Well,
and I'm losing count. Marty, is this our fourth time going?
I think so. 2022 was our first, so I would say yeah.
Right. So we did 2022. Yes, that's right. And then I think 2023 was our first time in person. 24, 25, 26. Yeah. So lots of Sundance for us over these past few years, and I am so excited to be back in Park City. For those of you listening, of course, you're tuned into the ForReel Curtain Raiser episode for Sundance 2026, and there is so much that we can talk about. We can't fit it all into this hour, but we do have a few titles that we want to talk about, and just give our perspective and our experience on Sundance and what we're looking forward to at the festival. Before we get started, I you know what I want. I want whiskey.
At least it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and not 10 a.m.
So not 10 a.m. this time.
You're getting a little better with your alcoholism. Just a little bit better every hour.
We've landed a little bit better this time. No, look, guys, I can't talk about Sundance without talking about Alpine Distilling. Guys, this is a distillery in Park City that I absolutely adore. Their whiskey is great. I love drinking their whiskey, and they have this like really casual lounge in downtown Park City that you can go and just like hang out. It's the most convenient if you're going to the Egyptian or going to any of the talks, beyond film stuff that's happening over at the filmmakers lounge. Yeah, the Alpine Distilling lounge is like right there. So absolutely recommend that.
Just be aware, Thomas will only take you there when they're not open. Just so you know. Let me warn everybody, don't go there with Thomas. Go there on your own accord.
Yeah, about that. No, for sure. So anyway, I've always appreciated Alpine Distilling, and I appreciate the support for ForReel as well. They came in clutch this year for a project that I'm working on, and that is making them one of the official sponsors of our work over at Sundance and a project that I'm working on. So if you want to learn more about the project, I'll put the link in the description. It's really just like showing all the torture I put my team through. When we're at Sundance. It's a great time though. So let's talk about Sundance. Marty, let's start with you, and I want to hear more about what you're looking forward to this year at the festival, just kind of with the overall experience and like with this being the last Sundance in Park City.
Mm-hmm. Well, first, I'm very excited for our late nights talking about movies, drinking Alpine. So much Alpine that I can't open my eyes. I remember last year there were at least 2 nights that we were drinking whiskey, talking about movies, and it got to the point where people were like, Marty, your eyes aren't even open. You need to go to bed. And I'm like, so I'm excited for some more of that, some more whiskey and movie talks. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the energy is like this year, because when we were doing our Sundance wrap up last year, that's when the announcement was kind of coming that it's moving away from Park City. And we were like, okay, that's a pretty early announcement that you're announcing, like letting everybody know that like next year's the final one, like right at the end of last year's. So I don't know, this has been like big anticipation where everybody's wondering, what's this final year going to be like? Is it going to be super crowded? Is it going to be everyone just, okay, whatever, like saying goodbye? Like, what is this energy going to be? I'm so interested to just see how things have changed, I guess, for me over the last 4 years. See if anything is different. See if there's a little bit more of a sentimental feeling, especially with so many of these volunteers who've done it for decades now. And this might be their last year. So I'm really excited to be a part of the final Park City.
Yeah, Derrick, how are you feeling about the final Sundance in Park City?
Yeah, I'll echo a lot of those same sentiments because so last year was my first Sundance in person, and it's a very strange vibe to have your first one and then a year later basically be your last one in that city. So I'm very curious to see how the vibe is. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a bittersweetness. I think one of the things that makes Park City so much fun for people like us and a great haven for Sundance is you are pretty far removed from everything else. It takes 45 minutes to an hour just to get to where Sundance is, and then you don't really leave that haven. But what's so fun about that is it's just you, your friends, and the movies, and that's it. Like there's no real distractions. You know, with TIFF, and you know I love TIFF, and I think even with things like Cannes and some of these bigger ones, there's a lot of other stuff that you can do, right? Like if you want to just F off for a day and go explore the city and go do stuff in Toronto, you can do that. You don't have to pack your whole schedule with movies. There's so many movies, but you can just show up in Toronto, see a couple movies, and go do other stuff. With Sundance, there's not a whole lot to do outside of just watch the movies that are there. And that's really exciting for me. I'm really pumped to see it. I think this sets a precedent for what we can expect from documentary and independent cinema for the rest of the year. And so you really get to kind of get your finger on the pulse of what the rest of the year is going to feel like outside of blockbuster cinema. You get to find really great hidden gems before they go to market, and that's a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to it. I am also fully stocked on clothes that are ready for the snow. I completely failed last year, so I am ready. Thomas, if you want to drag me through the snow, go for it. No more mesh Pumas. I have actual boots that are designed for the snow. Let's go. Take me wherever you want. I am ready.
I have photo evidence of Derrick pretending to be happy after I drug him through snow.
Best actor nom right there, dude.
That was Oscar worthy. It really was. Yeah, I obviously am going to echo everything you guys are saying here because you know, having done Sundance in Park City for the last 3 years, and having gotten used to that dynamic and that energy and that magic of Park City, it really is just a otherworldly experience, in my opinion. You know, I'm really not a snow person, but I will, you know, it's so beautiful in Park City, and being able to just be in this really beautiful environment, go see movies, hang out with friends, and be in this gorgeous small town that's Park City. It's great. I mean, I personally think they should kick the skiers out for this one. We need our bus routes, guys. We need our transportation. We need our restaurants that we can go get food at really quick without being crowded by skiers. You can have the slopes next year. It's all yours, right?
Forever. We're done.
Forever,
we're
right?
done. It's the last time we're coming to your city. You won.
but yeah, to Marty's point, that the energy here, what is it going to be? Is it going to be this frenzy where everybody's trying to be in Park City because it's the last Sundance in Park City, which definitely is very monumental? Or is Park City so maxed out that the energy that it's always been is going to be what it is, even at its most popular? Because I feel like that's one of the reasons Sundance will hopefully benefit from this move, is because I do think that it could benefit from having a venue that can accommodate how much it's grown over the years. So yeah, it will be very interesting to see. I'm preparing for throwing elbows for certain tickets and for certain lines, because there's a lot that's really interesting on this lineup, and I just know like so much is going to be sold out, so much is going to be really hard to get into. But you know, that's all a part of the experience, and yeah, I just drink whiskey and get through it. But it'll be a great time. It's always great hanging out with you guys, and this year is going to be really cool because we're also we're staying in the same place with the Rolling Tape, our friends over there who are attending the festival, and so it'll be a nice little joint accommodation between us and Rolling Tape, and getting to hang out with those guys is always a great time. So
first time for them too.
Yeah, first time. Danny will be his first time. I coerced him into going, and so I'm really happy that he'll be there, and with his team, Sarah and Cameron. So, all right, guys, let's talk about some of the titles that we want to share about with that are playing at Sundance. I know that there's a few honorable mentions and a few titles that we want to get some awareness on, because there's lots of big titles, lots of really big movies with celebrities that everybody's excited about. We'll get to those too. But there's also some interesting like documentaries and some interesting like other projects here that we might want to get some awareness on. So Derrick, why don't you call one of these kind of off the beaten trail titles out?
Yeah. So let me ask: do you want me to do like the honorable mentions right now, or do you want?
Yeah, we'll do honorable mentions right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a couple, and you guys, if you guys know me, you know I aggressively go after everything I possibly can to see as much of the Sundance slate as we possibly can. So I have had a chance to check out some of these hidden documentaries. So the first two I'll highlight, which are the first two that I saw, would be Everybody to Kenmure Street and Birds of War. And both I think are really fascinating docs. I found Birds of War to just be such an alluring but also like really harrowing docudrama that explores what it's like to, one, just be on the front lines of journalism in some of the most conflict-ridden places. But it also has just this beautiful, strangely beautiful love story of two people who are covering conflicts that manage to find each other together and then end up like using their professional drive to kind of come together and fall in love and like actually start a relationship. And I don't know, for me, I just found I was really invested in both of them, invested in their work, but also invested in their relationship. So it's really fascinating. It's a very different way to look at conflicts and war and journalism and activism and all those different kinds of things. So I was really, really fascinated by it.
Yeah, if I could jump in on this one too. Like we don't want to review this just now, right now. We just kind of want to give our general thoughts. But one thing that really struck me about Birds of War is the footage. The on the ground war footage, that like the love story is definitely a really compelling part of this movie, but the footage, I mean, it's like Hollywood level kind of like, I can't believe that this is actually stuff that people, you know, run through and deal with. I expect this in like a Spielberg movie, you know? And so I think that is one really compelling thing about this is the footage that's captured on the ground in war areas where there's so much turmoil and bombs and everything, and it's real footage. It's wild.
Yeah, no, it's riveting. It's absolutely riveting. It's really, really well put together, beautifully constructed. So yeah, if you want to look for something that's a little off the beaten path, you know, Birds of War is definitely one. And then the other one is Everybody to Kenmure Street. This one hits a little too close to home.
A little bit.
It's just a little bit. And Sundance is usually ripe with documentaries that do that feel very, very timely. And this one very much is. And I wish so much that we were Scotland and not America sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
This or wherever it is. I think it's Scotland, London. I don't remember.
It? London. Mm-hmm.
It's London. Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. So this movie is about this documentary in very quick. It's basically about a protest, like an organic protest that happens amid a immigration raid in London, and it's this very peaceful, quiet street that really never gets any kind of activity, but it is kind of like a haven for minorities and diverse groups. And an immigration van shows up and grabs two people, and basically the entire community is like, nope. And they basically shut the entire raid down and little by little just flood this street and basically stop them from enforcing it. And it just becomes this big ordeal. And I wish so much that we had that kind of power here. It's really, really fascinating. They do some pretty interesting tricks that I'm still unsure if I think they work, but there's definitely some surprises. I'm not going to spoil them.
Yeah, yes, that's true.
When you sit down, when you get to it, you'll be like, oh, that's what he means.
I misled Derek. It is Glasgow. Sorry about that.
Glasgow. Okay.
You were right.
I know my accents.
No, because I said London, and I'm like, wait, that actually does not sound right. Let me go double check. Glasgow. There are interesting things that happen or that come up in this, and yeah, you hit it on the head. It's so timely. I think it's even more timely than it realized.
I think so too. I don't even think it realizes how timely it is. And I think every day here, at least across the ocean, right? Every day it gets more and more timely. More and more. I think more people probably should definitely check this out because it's going to hit to your core pretty hard for sure.
Totally. Yeah.
It's not a rough watch by any means.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. You're not going to see like horrific violence or anything like that. It's just its subject matter and how those things unfold are just so timely. And you're right. Like, this movie does not know how timely it is. And if and when it gets picked up and it starts to explode, it's going to be a big hit for sure. For sure. People are going to resonate with it a lot, I think.
Yeah. Marty, have we piqued your interest in either of these two movies?
I'm definitely very interested, especially in the second one you were talking about, just with everything that is going on right now in our country. It's like so scary just to like be a person. So just something to see a community like come together and protect one another is just something beautiful that I think we all need to witness, that we all need to feel. And yeah, I will definitely be keeping my eye out for that one.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, this is both of these movies. Highly recommend you check these out. I'm trying to think. They are both available in person and online. Let me double check Birds of War. Birds of War is also online too, right?
Yep.
Yes. So for anyone who's not actually going to be in Park City, you can check them out online. So, were there any other ones, Derek, that you wanted to shout out for honorable mentions?
I have two more before we get to our three. So the third one is going to be The Oldest Person in the World. This is one of those documentaries that has a very interesting premise, and I was very intrigued by how much it concerns itself with life and death and what it means to grow old, what it means to live for something. That seems to be a pretty common theme I've seen across a couple of films this year. And yeah, I found it pretty fascinating. I didn't realize how big of a deal the oldest person in the world actually was in like the Guinness Book of World Records and things like that. So it does kind of trace that. I'm not sure I completely buy into the director's idea of what the subject matter is that he's covering. But overall, I think it's a really fascinating documentary. I think it really, if you've ever been curious about growing old and what our bodies are even capable of, and what that feels like. And if you want to see multiple oldest people in the world and kind of deal with concepts of time and life and death and longevity and age, this one really does it all. It's actually pretty fascinating. So on that front, I think it's pretty interesting.
I think it won't waste a lot of your life either. It's only 87 minutes long. So.
Yeah, no, it bursts by. It definitely bursts by. But yeah, it's kind of one of those like, oh, I never knew that. Like it's that kind of thing. And then the last one I want to highlight is Sentient, and this one ruined my day. And I mean that complimentary. So this is an investigation into laboratory research on animals, particularly chimps and macaques, which are the most tested animals across the world. And it is harrowing. It is vital. But if you are an animal lover, I caution you I caution you when you sit down and watch this movie, because it is going to stir something in you, and you're going to be nauseous. You're going to be furious. But the one thing it does do really, really well is it does a really good job in balancing a lot of different perspectives. There's obviously tons of different ideas about whether or not we should experiment on animals to save humanity, those types of things. And it's actually a really balanced film. Obviously, in the end, it's going to have a conclusion, and it's going to have, a final thesis. And your mileage may vary on where you think the filmmakers land and what they want to say. But I was just absolutely blown away by how intriguing this was. It's deeply upsetting. I can't describe to you enough how upsetting this movie is. But if you can stomach it, it is also one of those ones where, like, yeah, this is really hard to watch, but you should definitely watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I haven't seen these two yet, but you've definitely put them on my radar. The oldest person in the world will not be online, so that's just for in-person audiences. But Sentient, if you want your day ruined in probably the most productive way possible, this one will be available online.
Just queue up a Disney movie afterwards so you can feel better.
Marty, how about these? Either of these jumping out at you from what Derrick's explaining?
I'm definitely interested in Sentient. I have my cat literally sitting on my lap right now. So I'm always down to watch films about animals, and I'm like, as he was saying, I'm scared to watch it. Like, just reading the premise alone, I'm just like, I know this is gonna just turn me into like a mess, and like I'm gonna wanna, I don't know, just scream at capitalism. It's like, why do we have to hurt the monkeys?
Yeah, you definitely will. I wasn't home when I watched it, and as soon as it was over, I wanted to get home so bad so I could hug my dog. I wanted so bad so I could just get home and love my pets and let them know no one is ever I will die of whatever new disease comes out before I let them take you and test you.
Oh man, yeah, this one sounds like it's going to be a heavy watch, but it sounds very necessary, and that I think cinema is supposed to do that for us. It's supposed to challenge us, and so yes, on my radar for sure. Okay, were there any other honorable mentions? I have one.
I feel like you have one, Thomas. Well, we have one, Tuner.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Thank you, Marty.
All three of us, I'm pretty sure, saw this at TIFF.
Yes.
And oh my God, one of the best movies I saw at TIFF last year.
Yeah.
So good. Thomas interviewed
Will Bates, the composer of the film. Yes.
Yeah, just incredible movie. And like, the director usually did documentary. This is his first feature. He brings in such interesting camera work in, and the story, there's a couple Deus Ex Machina kind of predictability areas, but like the acting is so good. The chemistry between Leo Woodall and Havana Rose Liu.
Yeah.
So their chemistry is like fantastic. You just like love them so much, and I'm just so excited to see this movie again. Like, I'm literally like dying to see it again. I had such a good time with it, that it's like been beckoning me for a rewatch. So the fact that I can go see it again at a festival is fantastic. And this is the first time that I've seen two movies that premiered at Sundance and then went to TIFF. And then this will be the first time I've seen a movie. Actually, no, lie. What's it called?
Hitman.
Hitman did TIFF and then Sundance. So
yeah,
and it's exciting
to
go into Sundance. Actually, I've already seen something,
I think Tuner definitely falls into that same kind of like hype vibe that Hitman did at TIFF. I mean, Tuner was just a highlight of TIFF, right? And so we spent a couple months like, well, what are we going to hear? When's this coming out? What's the news? When are we going to be able to see it again? And then, of course, it gets announced at Sundance. And I'm like, yes, that's correct. Because I think this belongs in front of a Sundance audience. I think the Sundance audience is going to love it. I think people who saw it at TIFF will also be coming over to Park City to see it at Sundance again as well. It just has a great energy to it. It's a fascinating story, a fascinating premise, and it's just one of those movies that has an ending that's like, yeah, that was satisfying.
That final line is just
it's so good.
So good. This is, I cannot wait to watch this movie again. This is one of those movies too, like, again, you guys know I see so many movies, especially at festivals. I try to see everything. And so when people ask me like, oh, what's a movie you would recommend? It's really hard for me to like recall just like off the top of my head, like, what is it? Almost outside of every single movie I saw, the one that has stuck with me the most, that just immediately just comes out of my mouth when someone asks, what should I watch? It's Tuner. I've shared the story before, but I'm going to do it again because it was like one of the greatest moments of my life. But I have looked Tessa Thompson in her eyes and said to her, you should go and watch Tuner. I have said that to her. Recommended
all the movies that came out last year.
I know. But she asked because I told her I had seen Hedda at TIFF and we were talking about it a little bit. And she had asked, she's like, oh, you saw so many movies. Like, which ones do you think we should see? And I just immediately was like, oh, you should see Tuner. This movie is so good. It's like if you took Good Will Hunting and Thief and then put like a Damien Chazelle jazz score into it and like just threw that all in a blender and then spit that out, you would get Tuner. It's such a movie, and I mean that as like such a high compliment and high praise. I would very rarely go to another festival and see a movie again. Tuner, it's already reserved. Like that is an unmovable object on my unfinished schedule. Like it's happening. I'm going to see it again because I loved it so much. I can't wait for more people to see this movie. It's so good.
It's funny because we can complain about programming decisions. There's a couple to complain about this year for press. There's a couple that's like there's a whole day where we're like, y'all, what are you doing? I mean, I know this is supposed to be difficult, but did you have to make it that difficult? Tuner's not a difficult decision at all. I think it's like they are treating us to start the festival on a good note, because I think this is one of the first press screenings on day one. I think the premiere is also on day one. And so, yeah, it's just going to be a great start to the festival. If you're going to see Tuner, you are starting the festival on a good note. Yeah. And so, scratch and claw for access to that movie because it's a good one. It's a good one for sure. I'm going to do a couple shout outs for short films. There's a lot of feature films that are coming out at the festival, but I'm actually riveted by the shorts program. And I know that shorts have just been kind of things that I've kind of pursued myself over the past few years. And so I get that they don't have a lot of attention, but let me put some attention on a couple shorts here. One of them that I think is just going to be my favorite thing at Sundance. Like, I can't even explain why, but I'm getting that feeling like this is going to be really good, is The Baddest Speechwriter of All. This one, the logline just says, now 93, Martin Luther King Jr.'s lawyer and speechwriter reflects on the personal cost and surprising truths of making history, offering an intimate insider's view on the civil rights movement. Now, that's, again, compelling log line already. But Stephen Curry is a co-director on this movie. So that also has me interested because I was at Sundance when Steph Curry Underrated premiered, and I was at that premiere. And so it's kind of cool to see him really in the film space and just like getting into it and being at Sundance. So that was a big thing that caught my attention on this one. It's also a 29-minute short. I'm not going to say that longer shorts are better, but they can be. And it sounds like there's important things to talk about here. The last near 30-minute short that I saw last year was Songs of Black Folk, which was incredible. Won the Seattle Film Critics Pacific Northwest Shorts Award last year. Like it's a really, really good movie. So I think that there's going to be a lot of really interesting information in this one. And the other thing that caught my attention about this movie is that the cinematographer is Brandon Somerhalder, who I got to interview last year when Sundance premiered Come See Me in the Good Light. And I will forever kick myself for taking that interview before seeing Come See Me in the Good Light. That movie is stunning. It
has no business being shot that well.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, put it in line with Train Dreams and how you think about how beautifully shot Train Dreams is. Come See Me in the Good Light is just as equally incredibly shot, and it's a very touching story. Very and I just there's so much I have to say about it, but just kind of focusing on the cinematography of it, it's a beautifully shot film. And so, having that guy on this film here, that I want to see this on a big screen. I cleared this premiere screening to try to be there because I would love to see this in that shorts program on the big screen. And also, The Baddest Speechwriter of All. What a badass title.
Yeah, I'm like super intrigued. Like I'm about to ping the PR right now.
Mm-hmm. I would ask for a screener, except I really want to be at this premiere.
No, that's fair, but I want to put it on my radar now. Like, and I typically don't do shorts. Not that I have anything against them. All of my coverage typically leans more towards feature films, but if they hired you to do PR, you would win because I am intrigued. I'm sold.
They didn't even hire me. This is all free. I am freely saying this movie is something that I think I'm going to walk away from Sundance as if not one of the best things that I see there, the best thing there. Like I have high expectations for this one. Yeah. Marty, any interest in this?
Very much so. You know me, I love the shorts program. I am really big into once I get home from the festival, before I really start diving in to the feature films on the virtual, I usually go and I'll watch like the midnight shorts, and I'll watch the doc shorts, and I'll try to investigate and find the shorts that are made for the girls and the gays, and just have fun with that. There were 2 shorts last year that I still think about. And yeah, the shorts sometimes like they come and then you may never have an opportunity to see them again. Pictures, sometimes it takes a couple years, but you'll get to see those. The shorts, a little bit harder. So when you have that access, I say like take full advantage because there's so much that can be done in just even 5-10 minute short that just will like completely change you.
Totally. I'm just one more shout out from me. I can't go without talking about this short film. It's called Prime. It's in the horror the Midnight Shorts program. This one instantly on my radar because Blake Winston Rice is a producer, and if you saw Disc at TIFF or during TIFF, or if you got if you saw Disc, Blake Winston Rice is doing great things in the short film space, and he's a producer on this one. Megan Coyle is the director, and this is her first film, not just like her directorial debut period, and It doesn't feel like it. It feels like she knows what she's doing. It feels like she's very well versed in how to tell a compelling story because it's written and directed by her. And I can't wait. I have an interview scheduled with the both of them. And this is another movie that I would say go out of your way for because it's such an interesting concept, and it has this interesting twist. And I can't wait to talk more about it with Megan and Blake. So just the log line, a trauma victim joins a utopian farming community only to find she's bitten off more than she can chew. That just going blind. Unfortunately, this one won't be on online, so I'll have to keep everyone informed on when they can find it. But yeah, I'm here for anything Blake does. I think he's doing really, really great stuff in short film storytelling, and I'm so confident that his career is just going to continue expanding and continue getting better. And I can't wait for feature film from him. And Megan is also now officially on my radar because of this film. I can't wait to see what else she does as well. So
you have sold me, and I am going to reach out because now this is on my radar. I love Disc. Disc was so good.
It's so good.
So if any of those people are attached to this, I absolutely have to have it in my life.
Yeah. Oh man, Disc. Like I would put Disc in my top 10 films of the year.
It's so good.
It's really good. So seek out a screener if you're a publicist or a critic or a journalist or whatever. Seek out a screener, find this movie, talk about it. I think it's so well done. So okay, we've done all of our shout outs. Let's talk about some of the feature films that we are really looking forward to seeing at the festival. Derrick, we'll start with you. Let's name one of the movies that you're like really going out of your way for to see at the festival.
So I'll do it in, I guess, reverse order. So the first one that comes to mind is Wicker. This one, I love Weird Olivia Colman. She's so fun when she does stuff like this, and just from the premise itself, just strikes me as just one of those. I'm getting really big Wicked Little Letters vibes, and I loved Wicked Little Letters.
Right.
It didn't do nearly as well as I was hoping it would, but I loved it, and I loved what she was doing in it. And this one just, I don't know, everything about it just struck me as like, yeah, I need to see this. So this one, it's about a woman who wishes for a husband and then starts making one out of wicker, basically like bringing a scarecrow to life, and that just sounds amazing. I need this. I need this in my life. I think it has Alexander Skarsgård in it.
It does have Alexander Skarsgård.
It does, right?
I was gonna say, is he gonna gay bait in this one too? Like,
dude, there's no way. There's no way. He's gonna be a man made of wicker. You are gonna see
with abs.
Yeah, you are absolutely. Come on. You don't look like a Greek god and then not show everybody that you look like a Greek god every chance you get.
And he certainly does. Does.
Yeah. I would do the same thing if I had them, but I don't. So I leave that to Skarsgård.
You know, Alexander Skarsgård at Sundance, we were there when Infinity Pool premiered. Marty, you were on the red carpet with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he had the leash.
Yeah, one of the press people, like someone on the press line was like, "We have a gift for you." And then he put the leash on, and then the whole rest of the time at Sundance, you've got him just being walked on this belt leash. And it was the funniest thing in the world, because they gave it to him, and immediately the first thing he did was just put it around his neck.
On. Yep.
He was on. And that was like a midnight screening too. So this press line is like 11 o'clock at night, and dude is so exhausted, and he's just like belt immediately on the neck.
Yeah, he's whatever they're paying him is not enough. because he is always so tuned in and so dialed in to whatever. Not, I mean, obviously on screen he's great, but then when he has to promote a project, he is all in on promoting that project. I mean, we're seeing it with Pillion right now, and how he's campaigning that movie, which is nothing but gay baiting. But go for it, dude. So sorry, I derailed you, Derrick. Wicker.
No, that's it. I mean, look, you had me at Olivia Colman and Alexander Skarsgård as a Wicker Scarecrow husband. I don't really need to know if it's good or not. I'm signed up. Just feed it into my veins. Let's go ahead and make this happen. So yeah, I'm
Marty. Marty, what do you think about Wicker?
Oh, it's at the top of my list too.
Yes.
I love Olivia Colman. I will see any movie I can see of her, especially the more unhinged she is, the more I know I will enjoy myself.
Yeah, I am going to try to see this one, but unfortunately this might be the one I have to miss. I really want to see it, and it is in person only. Man, in person only screenings. It's always, you always try to prioritize them, but I have a number of conflicts, and so I'm going to leave it to you guys to cover this film, and let me know what I missed out on. I don't know. Maybe it'll go to TIFF. I'll just see it there. Marty, what's a feature film you want to talk about at Sundance?
So I have two that I'm very excited for, but I feel like they're so popular. Everyone already has the T on them, so I don't need
go ahead and name them really quick.
Yeah, so it will be The Moment. So Charlie XCX mockumentary Brat Summer movie. I just think that's going to be a lot of fun. I think everyone's excited about it. It's premiering like wide at the end of January, so it's got that Sundance premiere, and then everyone will get to enjoy Brat Summer one more time, So I think that's exciting. And then another film featuring a guest performance by Charlie is I Want Your Sex by Greg Araki, and it's got Cooper Hoffman and Mark Cho, like great cast, really interesting concept. And I feel like people who love his work are like so excited because he hasn't done a film. I don't think, was Whitebird in a Blizzard like his last like feature film? Because I know he's done a lot of like TV and stuff over the past decade, but I think this is his first time like getting back on the big screen in like at least a decade. So that's very exciting, and I think everybody is already like dying and fighting tooth and nail for those tickets. So those two don't need to be talked about. But
I think really quick, it's quite interesting how where does Charlie get this kind of time? Because she had 2 movies at TIFF too, right?
She did.
And now 2 movies at Sundance. Like,
yeah. And she also like watches like 600 movies a year. I don't know how. I don't understand what it is she does.
365 Party Girl. That's how.
Yeah, apparently. Look, when the Academy complains about having to watch,
I've seen so many of them, and like she will have small featuring roles. Like in Sacrifice, she literally like shot her stuff in a day. Very quickly.
Exactly. Yeah, she was on set.
She shot it in a day. The Moment, she literally was shooting that as she's on tour. So the woman is a scheduling genius. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah,
totally.
And she's just such a cinephile, and so I love that magic of like her just being this pop star, being this just incredible cultural event, and then being like, you know what? I want to make a movie too. Like that's just so. I love that. That's Brat. That's what that is.
All right. So, what was the title you want to talk about?
So, I want to talk about Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass.
Yeah.
So it sounds like an interesting concept. Girl's about to get married, and her fiance is like, "I'll give you one little sex pass," and and so she's like, "Okay, I'm going to go hard for this." And the film is going to be. I just got into Mad Men last month when it got added to HBO, and I've been loving it. And this film is about to reunite John Slattery and John Hamm. Very excited. I love Zoe Deutch in like a comedy role. The one she did, Set It Up with Glenn Powell, is still like one of my favorite rom-coms from like the past decade or so. Like I feel like there's a lot that's going to really get me right with this movie. I feel like I'm going to be laughing my butt off, and it's just going to be so ridiculous and hopefully raunchy too with concepts like that. It better be, you know. I'm really, really intrigued by this film.
Mm-hmm. I do feel like this is a movie to watch with a sold out audience.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is going to be a real good like one to experience with a theater energy. Yeah, this man, you guys are naming all the movies I might have to miss. Derrick, what do you think about Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass?
Yeah, I'm with Marty. When I saw this, I love a movie that has like a title you could barely put in theaters.
Right.
But I am always intrigued by that because I know they'll end up probably having to change something. But I love it when it hasn't got a distributor yet, and they're just like, "Yep, here's an F-bomb in my theatrical release title." I'm like, "Hell yeah, let's go!" So I love stuff like this. It just basically tells you, like, yeah, you're in for a raunchy sex comedy, and those are few and far between these days. And when they're done well, they're pretty awesome. I think this cast looks incredible. I'm also really excited to see Ben Wang, who I think is like slowly but surely starting to stack up a couple of really solid roles and take on like really solid projects. Karate Kid Legends aside, I don't really hold that against him. I actually think he's a pretty good actor, and I'm really excited to see what he can do in something like this, surrounded by people who are very good at this very specific type of thing. I'm very curious to see how he fits into this, but this is on my immovable objects list. Like, I absolutely have to find a way to see this movie. So,
yeah, this one unfortunately is also in person only. So if you're going to Sundance, good luck getting tickets for it. I'm looking at the website, and there are 2 screenings that are sold out without tickets being on sale already. So,
yep.
We'll see how that goes. But yes, that just means that it's going to be a full audience, and that's probably the best way to watch this one. So,
yep,
good mention there. All right, I should pick one. You know what I'm going to pick up? Let's talk about. You know what? Let's talk about the AI doc. You want to know why I want to see the AI doc? Because the director of Tuner did the AI doc, and I'm here for whatever he does.
Man.
It is pretty cool to, and I know that he's more experienced in documentary. This is more his wheelhouse. Daniel Rohr is who I'm talking about. Documentary is more his wheelhouse, and now that I'm on the train. So like, you know, let's see Tuner, let's see the AI doc, let's get as much Daniel Rohr as we can while we're at Sundance. I think AI is such an interesting subject. This is another one with a really long title, the AI doc, or how I became an apocalyptimist. Apocalyptimist. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's but AI is such a fascinating topic, and actually, Sundance just announced a whole lineup of like beyond film programs addressing AI and AI in the filmmaking space. But the logline just says a father to be tries to figure out what is happening with the AI insanity, exploring the existential dangers and stunning promise of this technology and that humanity has created, which honestly I think all of us are doing. You know, like we're all kind of like wading into this water of AI and like finding beneficial uses for it, seeing other uses that could be dangerous with this. Like, I'm very interested in what this documentary has to say about this experience that we're all kind of experiencing in real time. And also I'm here to support Daniel. So that's what's up. Are you guys is this one on either of your guys' radars?
Knowing it's the director of Tuner, most definitely. Plus AI scares the shit out of me, so any more information I can learn to just scream in fear, yeah, give it to me. Any more reasons to be scared for our future.
Yeah, I was already fascinated by this, and I'm trying to find a way to see it a little early because there might be a screening in LA. So if I'm around, I definitely want to check it out. But now that you've told me that Daniel Rohr is the one that's doing it, I think Navalny is one of the best documentaries to come out in the last 5 or 6 years. And and Tuner is just an excellent film. And so, like, you mean to tell me he has a great film coming to Sundance and another documentary? Okay. I would like to buy a ticket, please. How do I make this happen? Because, yeah, I'm absolutely on the train. And it is such a fascinating topic. And I think that he's the right hands to tackle something that is incredibly complex and has a lot of dangers, but has a lot of defenders. So I'm really excited to see what he can do with that. So, yeah, this is definitely on the top of my list for sure.
Yeah. So he's co-directing with Charlie Tyrrell, and Daniel Kwan is a producer. So,
jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. What a talk.
Yeah, all the credits are piquing my interest here. So I'm excited for this one. It is in person only, but this one is interesting because it's a late premiere, so it'll premiere on January 27th, which I think is the Tuesday after the festival starts. So yeah, you gotta be in town that Tuesday to get around to this one. So Derrick, we're going to come back around to you. What's another one that you want to call out?
I'm gonna do my populist pick. And we are going to highlight The Gallerist, which is Natalie Portman and Jenna Ortega. I don't know why you need to know what the movie is about.
You really don't. I just need Marty. I need Marty on that red carpet.
Yep.
And then in that seat for that premiere, because that's going to be a great one to be at.
Yeah. I literally saw the still and I was like, favorite. didn't even read the log line. Like, no, this is going to be one I'm going to see. No, I'm super excited about it. The log line's really simple. A desperate gallerist conspires to sell a dead body at Art Basel, Miami. Basically passing off a dead body as a piece of art. That sounds so insane, so quirky. I actually think Natalie Portman is best when she is in these really quirky, kind of like over-the-top roles. I think, she can do drama really, really well. And I mean, I love her as a performer. But I think people forget how funny she can actually be on screen when she's dialed into this weirdness. And this premise alone just sounds like it's absolutely bizarre. But I actually think putting together Portman and Ortega is like the best blend of somebody following in their footsteps kind of deal. And I'm super excited about this one. So yeah, this one's in person only as well. So you do have to be there to see it. I'm doing everything I possibly can to get a ticket of somehow and get this film in my life. Also stars Divine Joy Randolph in a supporting role, which there's no reason you shouldn't see this movie if she's in a supporting role, because
totally.
She is a scene stealer.
Killer in supporting roles for sure. Did we talk about Charlie XCX in this one?
No.
What movie is Charlie XCX not in?
Is she in The Gallerist too?
She is. She is under additional cast.
Jesus. Woman is busy. I didn't even know that.
Oh my God.
She is literally going to be on every red carpet.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the one scene she's in this movie. I can't wait.
I know, right?
Another club. Plane.
Next place. Another club.
Sundance Boulder is going to be the documentary of Charlie XCX at Sundance Park City 2025.
Like a triple meta mockumentary. I love it.
When does this woman sleep? We don't know.
We don't know.
First,
she got married in there. I don't even know what's happening.
I think I might adjust the premise of my documentary. Like, I'm gonna be there. Let me just capture all of Charlie XCX in like every film that she's in, so that I can make the documentary about how Charlie XCX is in everything at Sundance.
Absolutely wild.
Marty, what are your thoughts on The Gallerist?
I'm so excited. Like Derrick said, he saw the still and was like favorite. I saw Natalie Portman in let's say interesting wig, and I was like, I am down. Put somebody in a crazy wig and I am down. Concept 2, ridiculous. Like last year, the sleeper hit for me was Twinless. Like, I just did not expect it to be as funny as it is. This one, I'm kind of expecting to be one of the funniest films of the festival. You can't have a concept of trying to sell a dead body at Art Basel and it not be one of the funniest things at Sundance.
That's
Also,
awesome.
I don't understand art. Like that's just not like actual gallery art, like that kind of thing. That's just not something that I get. I can recognize its beauty, but I don't have an artistic mind in that way to like see images and then put them onto a canvas. Like I just don't have that. And so anytime you get a movie that basically mocks the art world, I'm on board. Like right away, I'm just kind of signed up. So
yeah, this is also intriguing to me. I am trying very hard to see this one at the festival. I think I can make it happen. I am very intrigued here, and I can go for a different absurdist comedy than what I got with Twinless. But we're gonna move on from that.
I hate you so much.
I know. I hate me too. If it makes you feel any better. Marty, what's another one you want to call out?
One I'm very excited for is Bedford Park.
Yes,
it is a directorial debut, feature directorial debut from Stephanie On, I think. And our two main leads is Sun Kuk-ku, who I really enjoyed in Sense8, and Choi Hee-seo, who was in Okja. And the film's concept reminds me a lot of the film Causeway that came out a few years ago. So you've got two really lost people who just kind of come across each other's paths, and they kind of change each other, hopefully for the better. You've got a Korean American woman struggling with her own family's expectations, and you've got a former wrestler who doesn't know what he wants to do with the rest of his life. So you kind of have these lost people that are, I guess, trying to help each other out, direct them into a new direction, you know? And it's labeled as a romance and drama. And I've definitely noticed romantic comedies are struggling to come back, but we are getting more rom-droms over like the last few years. So I will do my best into supporting the rom-droms in hopes that the romantic comedies will soon follow.
Good call out, Derrick. Is this one on your radar?
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I don't know that I'll catch it in person, but it's definitely one at the top of my list for online for sure. I do love a good, rom-drom, I guess. I think those do really well. And Causeway is like one of my favorite underrated films to come out. I just, nobody saw it, nobody talked about it, but it really does feature two great performances from two people that usually don't have bad ones, but just nobody saw this movie, and it's really, really incredible. And so this one does give me those vibes as well, and so I feel like I'm just gonna love this one. This I think could be one of those hidden gems that nobody's talking about, and then all of a sudden the Sundance crowd gets wind of it and they see it, and it's got like that Sorry Baby vibe. Like I get the feeling that this is one of those movies from everything that I've seen. So I'm very much looking forward to making sure that I see this movie.
Yeah, this is very high on my radar as well. Again, when a film is available online, we kind of have to, in the vast majority of cases, see it online. That's just kind of how the scheduling goes. But look, it's a writer, director, editor triple threat here. And I love a good triple threat. I love when a filmmaker can wear multiple hats, whether that's writing, directing, acting, or whether that's writing, directing, editing. I think that shows a lot of ambition. And it waits to be seen whether that works out for at least mainstream entertainment purposes. But I'm so fascinated about how this feature directorial debut turns out. So I can't wait for this movie. I will be seeing it online, and it is also available online for the public. So you can buy a ticket to see this online if you're in the States. So, and I would highly recommend that, because that's what I'm going to do, is watch it online. Let's see. What's another one that I wanted to call out? Oh wait, did you get a chance to talk about Bedford Park, Marty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good. It's that point in the day. You've had a little bit of whiskey.
A little bit. I'm kind of loose now. I'm kind of loose. Let's talk about one that I think everybody needs to be talking about, which is The Oldest Living Pickpocket in New York. This movie has credits that I am stoked for. So it's a feature directorial debut from Noah Segan, and who is he? Ryan. He's attached to Ryan Johnson, y'all. Ryan Johnson is executive producer on this movie, and that's all I needed, right? Like, I think that the premise here, let me just get the log line out really quick. When a theft goes awry, a veteran pickpocket is sent on a mission through New York to reclaim the stolen goods. It is a simple log line, but when I think about Ryan Johnson as an executive producer on this kind of ambitious project from Noah, let's go. I really want to see what this is about. I really want to see what they have going on with this. So this is like super high on my priorities list. This is, Derrick has said, an unmovable title. Yeah, I cleared my schedule to make sure that I can see this movie at Sundance. And so I'm here for it. The Only Living Pickpocket in New York is a high priority of mine. Marty, let's get your thoughts on this one.
First I saw the title and was like, in.
Yes.
And I saw Tatiana Maslany was in it, and I was like, in. Anything she does, I will be there for day one. So I was like, I will be there. I will fight for the press line. I will literally do anything I can to chat with Miss Maslany and support whatever project she's got coming out. I feel like this is going to, any movie that treats New York as a character of the film, I will be watching. I will be into it. I will be there for it. And this is giving that vibe. I'm just very excited to see kind of the twists and turns this film takes.
Totally. Derrick, how about you?
Everything you guys just said. First of all, I love John Turturro. I just think when he gets a chance to shine, he is so good. This feels like he's going to be in his element, and so I'm always signed up for that kind of stuff. And then to Marty's point too, I don't have a big love affair with New York, but I do love movies that feature New York as a character. Just one that comes to mind right away because Tiana Taylor's on everybody's mind, but 1001 is like that, where not only is it just impeccably acted, impeccably directed, and really well written, but New York is a character in that movie, and everything just feels so alive and vibrant and ever changing. And this movie feels like it's going to wrestle with that, especially because it's like you're taking an old veteran that's used to doing things in the 80s, and now he's got to do these same things in 2025 where like none of that stuff exists. And I am just so fascinated by that. This is another one of those immovable objects. Like this is on my schedule, and there's I don't care what's competing with it. I'm gonna see this movie.
Totally. It is in person only, so catch it while you're in Park City. Like the little series you don't miss. This is another late premiere. It's premiering Tuesday. Press will get the chance to see it that Monday.
26th, right?
On the 26th, yeah. So the press screening is on the 26th. The premiere is on the 27th. But yeah, this sounds like one worth fighting for. Derrick, I think we're back to you. Let's get one more title from you that you're looking forward to.
Yeah, so the last one I'm looking forward to is The Disciple. I love movies that deal with the history of hip hop. I just think there are some really fascinating things that happen that we don't always address. And this one deals with the Wu-Tang Clan and their very infamous and controversial album, Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, which is a 31-track album, of which there is only legally one copy in existence. And there is no way to stream it. There's no way to own it. You can't find it on eBay. This is a huge deal. Like it just for art and ownership and all this type of things. And so This one actually follows the story of an outsider who kind of works his way into that inner circle of the Wu-Tang Clan and helps be a part of this album. And so it's just such a fascinating look at something that I don't think people even realize is a thing. And I know about Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, but those of you that don't, I do think that this is a really fascinating doc. So I am so into whatever this is. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Marty, what about you? What do you think about this one?
I don't have much knowledge of the Wu-Tang Clan, but just Derrick did a really good job of selling it just now, and yeah, I'm interested to know why this album is so explicit, I guess, that it is just banned. And right now, with how our system is going with banning books and kind of ruining libraries and stuff, I feel like we need to preserve as much media as possible, preserve our physical media as Blu-rays are going away. So even if something is controversial, I think it needs to be saved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm kind of with Marty on not being well informed about the subject matter. But when I'm not sure about the subject matter or the premise, I look at credits, right? I look at who is making the movie. I'm going to try to pronounce her name, Joanna Nadasagara. I'm looking at her bio, and award-winning and award-nominated is like plastered everywhere on what she's associated with. The thing that I recognize include Emmy-winning shows like The Nightcrawlers and The Dating Game. She was executive producer on Nine Nine Wapu. That's Sean Wang's short film that got Oscar nominated. So those are the kind of connections that I make, and like, when I start seeing these projects and these titles that I recognize, then I'm like, okay, I can get on board now. So even though I'm not totally familiar with the subject matter, those kind of credits and that kind of legacy gets me interested. Also, Vanessa Kirby is a producer.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I do want to kind of throw this in there because you might not know a lot about the Wu-Tang Clan. But do you guys remember Martin Shkreli, the cryptocurrency guy or whatever that got busted for securities fraud? And he was like, a huge twat. Like everybody was just waiting for his downfall. So if you remember him, one of the big things that he did that set the world on fire and everybody hated him even more is the only living copy of this album, because it was not allowed to be commercially pressed. So the only living copy of this album was up for auction. And this asshole bought it for $2 million just so he could own it. Then he got busted for securities fraud, and the government seized all of those assets, including that album. So, I'm telling you, this story is like way more wild than I think people even realize. So even if you think about the Wu-Tang Clan, like this album in particular has some stuff that has happened around it. So yeah.
Wow. All right. Yeah. I'm even more intrigued now. That's awesome.
I'm super excited about this one.
This one is also in person only, so catch it in Park City while you're there.
Yeah, that one's tough because there's like a 10-minute window between the movie I want to see right before it and the press screening. And I'm just hoping that all these cinephiles are not hip hop heads, and I can just sneak my way into like one of the last seats. I don't think that's going to happen, but I would like to dream.
That's funny. Marty, let's get one more title from you that you're looking forward to.
I cannot talk about Sundance without talking about the Midnight Section. And one film I am so excited for is Leviticus.
Yes, this is absolutely the midnight movie I will be going out of my way for. This is the only, like, if I'm going to see a midnight movie, it's going to be Leviticus.
Yeah,
totally.
We've got another directorial debut. Exciting. This is also it's labeled under their queer section, which is also exciting. And the cast really is another strong point for me. We've got Joe Bird, who I first was introduced to him during Talk to Me at my first in-person Sundance.
I think he also has a short film at the festival as well,
nice.
in the midnight program. He is in. Let me look it up. I think there's a short, The Worm. He's in The Worm as well, and that's in the midnight short or the one of the shorts programs.
Yeah. And then we also have Mia Wasikowska, and I love her down. She was in Park Chan-wook's only American film, Stoker, and she is just such a phenomenal actor. So for her to dip her toe back into horror, especially, I would consider her last film that just came out, Club Zero, to be a horror film, in my opinion. But this one is from the concept about two boys escaping a violent entity. There's going to be some blood and guts and some gore in this, and so I'm excited to see Mia Wasikowska get back into some really dark material.
What I love about that is that the entity appears as the thing they want the most.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
It's like a reflection. So it's this couple, and so the reflection of the entity is the person that they care about, and that is just like, that is such a wild concept. I love that so much. I'm so, twist me up. I'm ready. Like,
yeah. Absolutely. Look, you mentioned Talk to Me. That is a regret I will always have, is that I didn't see Talk to Me at Sundance. But I love Talk to Me, and of course since then they've done Bring Her Back, which is, I think I enjoy Talk to Me more than Bring Her Back, but Bring Her Back is still a compelling horror film. And Joe Bird in Talk to Me was compelling for sure. And so to see that he has two horror projects at Sundance means that this dude he is building that filmography. Okay, like he is doing the work. And when you go through the program, a lineup for the first time, you really kind of just like do gut checks on like which ones you really want to prioritize. Leviticus has been on the top of my list since the program came out. I cannot explain how excited I am about Leviticus and how big of a priority this one is. It just, I want to be on the red carpet. I want to be at the midnight premiere. I just need this movie. It's only 86 minutes long, and so it seems pretty succinct. It's gonna hit you hard. It's gonna hit you quick. And I really like the queer aspect of it. I'm interested in seeing what that means for this story. I think when you can mix queer storytelling with horror storytelling, there's something that really hits me personally, and I'm here for it. So Leviticus, let's go. This is a big one for me.
I'm hyped for this one. I think the midnight section looks really good, but I'm really I'm ready for this. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Let me think about the other midnight movies, because I think there's a bunch of midnight movies that look good. And I'll turn up for them, and I am interested in what's going on with these other midnight movies, including like Undertone, because that's
Undertone. Undertone looks fun. I would say for me it would go Leviticus, and then Buddy is
great.
The other one. That one just looks like a whole lot of just silly dumb fun. That one just looks like a blast.
It seems pretty interesting as well.
Which one?
I think it's pronounced Saccharin.
Oh yes.
Saccharin, yes. That one I feel like speaks to me, because it's about body dysmorphia and eating the ashes, and I'm just like, oh shit, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Totally.
I can be seen. It's okay.
I'm kind of looking forward to Rock Springs. That one's available online, and I'm making that an online priority. But yeah, Leviticus is Derrick, I'll let you talk on Leviticus.
No, I don't have anything else to add, man. I'm so excited for this one. It just looks like that. It looks like the kind of movie that Talk to Me was when it came out of Sundance, where it was just this bat out of hell. All of a sudden, people were like, "Oh, Midnight has the juice." I feel like that's how people felt when they saw Talk to Me, and Leviticus feels like it could be the midnight movie that
Mhm.
everybody, when they, you know what? A great comparison would be Obsession at TIFF.
Right.
Where
Yes.
everybody was like, the midnight can be kind of on and off. Usually there's one or two. And then we all showed up for Obsession and was like, oh yeah, these are bangers. So yeah, I'm getting, not like conceptually, right, but just like the excitement and how good it has the potential to be. I'm getting big like Talk to Me Obsession vibes, where it's going to be a hidden horror gem, and all of us that saw it, we're just going to be telling everybody that we can, like, yo, when Leviticus drops, buy a ticket, like, sign up right now, let's go. That's how excited I am for this one.
Totally. Leviticus is in person only. See it while you're in Park City. Don't be surprised if I hit you trying to steal your ticket, because I need to go see this movie.
Darren is not leaving Park City alive. I hope we all know that, because that boy just like sneaks in tickets for movies that I'm shut out on. So there might, the next Sundance might be Murder in Park City. And it will be me doing it from prison for murdering my friend for tickets.
Yeah, got to do what you got to do. We need these tickets.
Look, we need cinema, man. We need cinema.
All right, I'm going to close this out with one more title that I don't know a whole lot about, but there's one person associated with it that entirely sold me on the film. And so that movie is Chasing Summer, and that person is Iliza Shlesinger. Yeah. I have been a fan of Iliza Shlesinger since, it had to be before the pandemic, because we went to one of her comedy shows in Tacoma before she started doing like the Netflix specials and everything. And I just love her comedy. She is so funny. So like there's Iliza Shlesinger being in the movie, which is like, okay, that interests me. But she wrote the movie. Now I'm like, okay, we get Iliza Shlesinger branded comedy in a feature film with Iliza Shlesinger. Get me on that red carpet and get me a ticket. Like that's how this needs to go, because this is definitely a movie that I don't need to know a whole lot about. I just need that Iliza Shlesinger brand. I love her comedy. I really am interested in seeing how that translates to the big screen outside of like Netflix specials and things like that. I'm not too familiar with the director, Josephine Decker, but with Iliza Shlesinger direction on the screenplay, let's go. I want to be there for that. I want to talk with them on the red carpet. I want to be at the premiere in that kind of audience with this kind of comedy, because Iliza Shlesinger comedy with an audience is fantastic. Yeah, this is definitely just me nerding out over Iliza Shlesinger. Derrick, you have any thoughts on Chasing Summer?
I'm curious. I'm not as high on Iliza Shlesinger as you are. I've known about, just because I did stand up for a really long time. Like I've known about her for a very long time. I think she has some really great bits, and I think she's a pretty strong comedian. But that is not to say that I'm not interested in this one. It's not a priority for me, but it is something that like I've got queued up towards the top middle of my online slate when that time comes. So
so I said I need to be at the premiere. I really do want to be at the premiere. I'm trying to get on the red carpet, but I can't be at the premiere because my husband would murder me if I watch this movie. So
gotta save that for a double watch. Got it.
Yeah, so that's going to be an online watch, and there's actually a couple movies that we're looking forward to seeing together. But yeah, I would be murdered if I saw this movie without him. So anyway, yeah, Marty, what are your thoughts on Chasing Summer?
I also like her comedy. I've seen a few of her specials, but it's mostly the supporting cast that really kind of pulled me for this, because we got Megan Mullally, like love her so much, and then also Tom Welling. And I grew up a big Smallville head. He is my Clark Kent, so the idea that we could be on the press line and little childhood boy in me could meet Clark Kent, like, oh, that's so exciting. So yeah, I'm down for this movie. Whatever it brings, will go in blind and just, I don't know, be prepared to see something, especially with her kind of comedy, something a little out there, a little ridiculous, but I'm here for it.
Totally. There are so many movies that we could talk about, but we're going to go ahead and wrap this conversation. And I think I want to throw a bittersweet exit question out there and ask you guys, after this Sundance, what are you going to miss most about Park City? So, Derrick, we'll start with you. What's the thing that you're going to miss most about going to Sundance in Park City?
Well, this is tough because I've only done it once. So
yeah, okay.
I only have one experience to gauge it on. I said this at the top, but I'll just kind of reiterate it again. I think the seclusion of just how when you are at Sundance, you feel like you're a part of something special. And I think that is because it is in Park City, and it's just you, your friends, and the movies. And I don't know that Boulder is going to have that same experience. I think Boulder has a much broader capability to have more people around, to not be as isolated, to kind of be in the heart of a city that has more to do. I think I'll definitely miss that. There's a little bit of an in club that you feel when you're there. And you feel like it feels like you are a part of something really special because it is in Park City and it's so far removed from everything else. So I think I'll miss that the most.
Yeah, that makes sense. Marty, what about you? What are you going to miss most about Park City?
I have to second that a little bit. Like, there really is such a bubble about being in Park City. And I feel like the more that you do it, the more just certain theaters mean something to you. Like Holiday, anytime I go to the Holiday Village Cinema, or I will go in like theater number 4 or something. I'll be like, oh, I remember seeing this movie and this one last year. And so it's just like, you have such history with each theater. Like, I will go to Eccles and I'll be like, oh, I remember seeing this premiere here. Oh, I remember not being able to get in this carpet, but getting a ticket to the premiere. Like, there's just so much, like, especially the people who've done Sundance, especially the religious ones, like, who've been doing it for decades now, have so much history with just certain locations that just, like, seeing something just sparks that memory. So moving to a different city, moving to a bigger city, it's going to kind of lose that magic. It's losing that history. And I'll mourn it a little bit, but I'm interested to see what Boulder brings.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm going to miss the familiarity. And when I say that, I think, like, now that I've gone, this will be my 4th year, I kind of have my spots. I have the places that I know I can go. I have the routes I know I can take. I'm familiar with the place. So, like, when we want to get something to eat, let's go to Boneyard. Let's go to Roadhouse, right? We kind of have our spots here, and I'm gonna miss that. I might actually be frustrated in Boulder. Like, I need new places to go to, and I don't know which ones I can trust. I am just getting to that age where change is a problem.
Don't like it.
Like, why do I need to change things? Everything was working just fine, so I think that's what I'm gonna miss. The familiarity of the theaters, the familiarity of, like, the how everything works, press lines, and where everything is, the familiarity of Main Street, and how familiar I am with how fucking long that street is.
Don't let Thomas lie to you. Oh, it's not that far. It's not that far. It's right up the street. Like, it's all bullshit. It's not real.
It's just right up the street, literally up the street. It might be a mile long, but, like,
No. That street is. I think of I don't know if you've seen It Ends, but that it's basically a never-ending street. You do not get to the Egyptian. It's just an iconic picture that nobody can actually get to. It doesn't actually exist. It's just a mirage. It's always just slightly farther. When you think you're getting close, the street magically extends. It's wild.
It's true. But I'm accustomed to it now. I just know it'll be a minute. It's gonna be a while before I get up there, but getting my cardio in. Familiarity. I'm gonna miss, being, just knowing where everything is and knowing all the things that I like and enjoy and can go to. We'll have to, create all new traditions and all new go-to places in Boulder. But at least we have one more time in Park City where we're going to get together in, here in the next week or so. It's going to be a great time. I can't wait. I can't wait for everyone to get together. And like I mentioned at the top, I have my project. I'm going to be documenting everything, and telling our story and really just capturing that magic of Park City one more time, and how we get through it. So, like I said, if you want to know more about that project, you can find that in the description. I'll put the links there. Anything else you guys want to plug? Derrick, anything you want to plug before we take off?
No, just I'm super excited to come back to Sundance, and I can't wait. We'll find out, we'll kind of lock in those schedules, I think, this week. And I'm pretty excited. So yeah, I can't wait to see everybody too. So
totally. Marty, any final thoughts? Anything you want to plug before we take off?
I don't think I have anything to plug. Just like, I'm excited for another great year of movies. Like, bring it on.
Totally. And yeah, like I mentioned at the top of this podcast, if you need a place to hang out and lounge while you're in Park City, check out Alpine Distilling. Really cool spot and really great whiskey and other spirits too. They have award-winning gin as well, and their cocktails are so good. Just everything about Alpine is awesome. So that's why I'm happy to partner with them, and I'm glad that they are willing to partner with us for content that we're doing and this project I'm working on. So
I'm very excited to see Thomas just absolutely blitzed off of Alpine whiskey. It's one of my favorite experiences. It's so fun. I can't wait. Can't wait. So excited.
It's my favorite thing to do.
It is.
Just make sure someone else is holding the camera and that footage goes nowhere ever.
But it's that raw part of the documentary, the real stuff.
That is footage that will come out in the 20-year anniversary director's cuts. Okay, that footage will be shown way down the line. So. All right, guys, this has been awesome. We'll be seeing you guys here next week in Park City. Thanks for joining me. And thank you all who are listening for tuning in and checking this out. We look forward to hearing your thoughts about what's playing at Sundance and what you can catch. And let's keep in touch. And we will see you all at Sundance.